everyone, this is Kaybie, and as you can see, today I'm playing another nostalgia game that I absolutely loved when I was growing up, and this one is Settlers 2 Gold Edition. So yes, this is another strategy game that was created about the 1990s, mid-1990s, like 95, 97 or something like that. So again, something that's very close to my heart in terms of my childhood, along with other games like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Theme Hospital and other games as such. This is something that I played the absolute shit out of when I was younger. You know, I'm using OBS to record this, hence why I have to do this like sub-region section. I've got my Facecam like in the middle, and then like down there is my new Twitter banner. By the way, that was made by my friend Chris, who's also known as Trashy Art Gaming. He made my last YouTube banner, and obviously because I've changed my Twitter, they made a new banner for me, and it's great because it's got all the SimCity stuff on it. It looks really cool. I'm looking over at my OBS because I can see it over there. But yes, I'm going to play Settlers. For those of you who don't know what Settlers is, it's basically like a strategy-based game where you have to build your camp and yeah, like basically get your people to survive and move on, and a kind of, I guess, a bit like Civilization. Haven't ever played it. Someone said to me that it was like Banished, which is quite a new one, I think. Let's get started. I'm going to play the Roman campaign. Obviously there's several chapters to choose, and I'm just going to go straight for number 1. There are other ones to do, but I'm just going to go for the first one because obviously it shows you guys how to play the game. And also, just check my phone isn't buzzing. It will show like how to play the game a bit more, and obviously I can try and explain a little bit. So let's do it. Okay, it's squished a little bit, but that's okay. You can still what's going on. So, Diary of Octavius. 5th of his name or something. 4th day after shipwreck. Yesterday all the survivors met in order to discuss the situation. Because there is no prospect of an early rescue, we decided to settle on this foreign island. The items salvaged from the ship will be a great help to us. The most important thing is to make use of the raw materials on the island in order to establish a settlement. We urgently need accommodations for a woodcutter, carpenter, and stonemason. Build accommodations for these people, basically. So, just before I get into anything, I am going to sort of try and set up what to do here. Yep, so you can save by pressing F1. All the controls are really funny because... Oh wait, no, save pressing F1 and to F2 and load using F1? Oh my god, I haven't played this game for a while, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to do an automatic save. In fact, no, I won't. Should we stick with this one? No. I'll leave this one on. Turn it down a bit, but I'll leave it on. End game. I don't want to end the game. So, readme file, keyboard layout. So obviously this is the old keyboard layout. Some of it don't work because I used to be able to do this thing where you could like accelerate the game really quickly, which means that you didn't have to wait around for stuff to get built, but it don't work. So I can press V to speed things up, which is fine. So basically you have your little camp here. If you click on it, it shows you all the materials that you have to build. This game doesn't run on how much money you have to build stuff. It's all about your resources and how much you can collect and use and stuff like that. So obviously things like stone and wood will be used to make buildings. Walls and stuff like that will be used to obviously furnaces. No. Cook things and stuff like that. So a little bit of food here as well, beer, water, basic things like that. So obviously the main thing is that you have to collect certain things in order to build more stuff and obviously help your people grow. So as he said, we need to build things like a carpenter and a wood mason and chopper and stuff like that. So we have a few trees here, we've got some rock over here. If I press enter, you'll see all these little house symbols come up. Generally, these mean like how much space they've got in order for you to build stuff. So the little houses are like pretty simple places. Castles are like the biggest size of things you can build, and then these ones are like sort of middle size houses. So you can sort of click between the two here, and it will the three here, and it will show you. But obviously the only things we can build are these three houses. So we know that a sawmill needs a big plot of land like this, and the quarry and the woodcutter only needs a small little house. Obviously as you start progressing through the game, you'll be able to build more and more buildings depending on how things go. So in order to build the stonemason, we'll sort of tuck him right in here, and then you can click on the flag and you can build roads. You have to connect them up with the flags generally. That's the easiest way to do it. And then if you erect flags, here comes the little bloke. If I press V, that should speed up a little bit more. There we go. So you can see they're like bringing out wood and stuff like that to build this with. Each little man will be stationed like in between two flags, which means that everything sort of gets passed down through everything. But it takes a while to build that. So over here we will build our little woodcutter. Just build that straight over there. It's a good idea to have flags set up through your paths. Hopefully as many as possible, because then obviously things will get transferred down the paths much quicker. So that's basically that. This will take some time to build these spots and bobs, so it means that you and I can have some time just to the two of us, I suppose. But how many of us? Oh, he's building a bit more here. But obviously because we're using these buildings, we're building these buildings. I can't fucking talk today. It's going to use our resources that are inside our headquarters, but obviously the idea is that once these are built, we can then start using them to collect more resources. I'm not really making any sense, but that's kind of the gist. Obviously you can see that this is the amount of land we have at the moment. I'm going to use this big plot down here to build my sawmill. Once the rock starts disappearing, we'll be able to build some more. But that should just pop straight across to there. Perfect. So the idea is that once the woodcutter chops down the logs, all the logs will just immediately get transferred to the sawmill, and then everything from the sawmill will get transferred back up to the headquarters, and then again it will get dispensed out depending on what buildings you need. It all kind of works in sync with each other, so obviously you get to the point where you're making more and more stuff. But the nice thing is that this first level means that you can easily explain stuff, and we can go through it step by step. Okay. It's taking some time to build this stuff, so I guess I could show you some other bits and bobs. Oh yeah, if you click this little button here, it also gets rid of these yellow bits and bobs. That's a bit too complicated to get started off with. Let's just keep it pretty simple. Don't know what that is. We'll just wait for them to build. It's fine. So you can see our little stone man down here. I wonder if I can zoom in on him. What's the zoom in tool? Is it X? Nope. Oh, okay. Let's just click on some buildings to keep track of what we're doing here. So yeah, if you click on a specific building, it will tell you how well it's doing in terms of resources around it, because obviously everything is designed to work with resources. So the quarry at the moment is, scratch that, we'll get back to that. So 8th day after shipwreck, the basic requirements for building up our settlement have been met. However, the supply of trees in this region will not last long. We need a forester to ensure a long-term supply of timber. Done. So yeah, as I was saying, you can click on a building here and it will tell you how well it's doing in terms of resources around it. So once the stone starts depleting, this will start going down. Obviously because this has only just been built, it's sort of slowly building up its percentage. So what is being said here is that the woodcutter is been doing really well, but actually the trees are starting to run out. So he's thinking, shit, what the hell's going to happen? I need this thing, which is a forester. This little pigeon down here gives you messages and stuff. Let's delete that. So if I click on that again, I'll go over here and build it. Again, it's only a small building, forester. The forester will basically plant more trees, and this is quite important because obviously if you keep giving yourself wood, you can then make more planks, which means you can build more buildings. So it makes sense to build your forester, and actually the foresters do really well. they seem to plant an awful lot of trees very quickly. Not sure how they do it. Looks like our sawmill is up and running. The really cool thing is if you look inside, you can't really see him there, but he is actually behind this flag and he is actually sawing away. And oh look, they're bringing in another log there we go. So he's on 28%. This is quite interesting. If you click on the sawmill, you can see that there is how many logs he'll have in stock. If we made more than one woodcutter, which is a good thing to do at a certain point, because the forester, as I say, does ridiculously well at planting trees, then obviously he will then build up stock over time with the sawmill. It's normally quite a good idea once you get further into the game to build more than one buildings, because then it means that you just generally pump out the resources quicker, which means that you can defend your territory a little bit better as well. Obviously further into the game you will then meet other tribes and stuff like that, so it means you have to fight them, so that's another thing. 11th day of the 2nd month after shipwreck. We are still not sure whether we're the only people on this island. As a precautionary measure, we should erect a barracks on our exposed border towards the interior of the island. Thanks guys for watching my Settlers 2 first video. As you can probably see, I'm wearing a similar outfit. Ooh, kid. There. Similar outfit that you've seen before. I'm just kind of making this easier and just sort of cutting the videos as they are. If you have any more ideas about what kind of other games I could play that you remember from your childhood, I guess, then hit me up and let me know, leave some comments down below, like and share this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, bye!